Welcome, lover of wisdom. As you can see, I'm enjoying a beautiful summer's eve here in Greece. And today I'm going to be discussing with you about the life and work of Socrates. A short summary version so that you can be able to know the basic facts about Socrates and what was his philosophy all about, and most importantly, how it can help you today navigate the difficulties that you may be facing. So, yamas. As you may know, Socrates was born at around 460 before Christ in Athens, Greece. And he was a historical figure, and one of the main reasons is that he was one of the first to argue that we human beings are responsible for finding our own happiness, our own fulfillment. Something that we may take for granted today, but in those ancient times, it was quite a revolutionary thought. When you had practically totalitarian, dictatorial, theocratic systems where no one would dare to question the will of the pharaoh or the emperor. The pursuit of happiness in those times was considered something of a hubris, something of an arrogant stance, to dare to want happiness in this life. And it might seem strange to you and me right now in our modern days, where we consider it an inalienable right, the pursuit of happiness. This can all be traced back to Socrates, a radical thinker. And it all really transpired after Athens had lost the war to Sparta. People began to look inwardly and look for the meaning of their life. So many lives were lost in the war with Sparta. And Socrates was one of these people who said that this can't be all there is to life, just going to war and suffering. There must be more to life. And this is where we see the birth of really philosophy in the form of psychology. Oh, my lover of wisdom, I'm just here to remind you that in 2 days, the I Guess This Method course opens up to the public. That's right, this is your opportunity to enter the online course and have free coaching with me once a week, live online, as you go through the exercises of this online course. I'm going to be available to you once a week to coach you and answer any questions you have regarding the 7 exercises of this online course. For 7 weeks, I will be there once a week to answer any question you have, to help you do the exercises. This offer is only available to a limited number of 10 people, so make sure you're one of those lucky 10. As Cicero said, Socrates brought down philosophy from the heavens. He brought it down to earth. Because you see, up until then, Greek philosophers occupied themselves with the movement of the stars and the planets, and the movement of the earth, and measuring the earth, and such things as geometry and greater scientific discoveries. Few people actually created the pursuit of happiness as a life purpose. Most people simply surrendered at that time to religion, to, the 12 gods, the Olympian gods, and that was it. Whatever the gods wanted to do with your life, you were at their mercy. So Socrates encouraged us to ask specific questions. What is the meaning of my life? What is the purpose of my life? How can I live in a good way? What is considered the good life? And how can I create it? He encouraged us to be brutally honest with ourselves. Be truthful with ourselves, not lie to ourselves. Through this self-inquiry, we can approach what is your truth, my truth, what are my values, What do I consider important in this life? And how can I make the best of this life? For Socrates, happiness is something that we create inside of us. It's in our hands. It's not something that can come to you from something external. Because think about it, many of the times when you have a great success in life, it often comes at a great sacrifice. You will lose out on other things. So something that is considered a blessing in your life may turn out to be something very negative. And something that comes to you that you feel is negative may turn out to be something very positive. It might transform you into a wiser, more mature person, a person who learns to be grateful in life. So things are not what they outwardly appear to be. You know that famous prayer, the Serenity Prayer. It says, Lord, give me the serenity to accept the things I cannot change, the courage to change those things I can change, and the wisdom to know the difference. This is what Socrates is saying. You can affect your thoughts. You can affect your emotions. That's within your power. You need to start exercising this power if you ever want to find happiness. Some things are outside of your power, like the weather, like the coronavirus, like some external things like the economy. Those things you cannot change. Take charge of the things you can change, says Socrates. This is the way to happiness. To be the master of your own soul, the captain of your destiny, like the charioteer who manages the horses. You are in charge of your life. You are the only one who can find fulfillment in your life. Socrates developed a method that was based on mindfulness. In the Greek language, mindfulness is called prosophi. Prosophi. This is simply the Greek word for mindfulness. And he said that we need to be mindful of our thoughts, constantly curating and moderating our thoughts. When we do this, we exercise a self-checking mechanism. This self-checking mechanism in Greek is called elenchos. Elenchos. It means to survey, to check, to keep what is good and throw away what is not necessary, what is toxic, what will limit you. This is the path to what Socrates called ataraxia. Ataraxia in Greek means to be unshakable. This is what it means to master your thoughts, not to suppress your thoughts, to be mindful of your thoughts. For example, say you're having a toxic thought about someone else, someone who's more successful than you, and you're comparing yourself to them, and you're thinking all these negative thoughts about that other person. Why him and not me? Why her and not me? This creates a negativity, a toxicity in you when you're comparing yourself to other people. So when you have mindfulness and you exercise elenchos, you catch yourself. You say, haha, I see, I just had a toxic thought. I reject it. I do not accept this thought. I refuse to have toxic thoughts. I refuse to have thoughts of comparing my happiness to other people's happiness. This is what it means to have self-mastery. For Socrates, the path to fulfillment and happiness comes with doing the right thing. In Greek, the word is areti. In English, the closest word to it is having virtue and honor. When I say virtue, I don't mean it in the Christian sense of being pious, being a goody two-shoes. I don't mean that. Areti means to have goodness of character, to do the right thing, to do the noble thing, to do the honorable thing. Sign up right now. The course opens in 2 days.